Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this video of the build of the John Woodfield designed Ocean Breeze. Now first of all, I have got a confession to make. I've got a little bit further on than where we left it off in the last video. Life kind of got in the way and I totally forgot to film a lot of stuff, or certainly the details of a lot of stuff. So what I'll do just now is bring up to speed with where I am. And then hopefully you'll see some progress in the latter part of this video. So I'll bring in closer and show you where we are. Okay, so as you can see on the bench here, we have near enough all the components of the airframe. The biggest part obviously in front of us is the wing. The wing is now ready for covering. The leading edge has been rounded off, shaped. All the bits that were square that should be round are now round. I've added the trailing edge support so that the wing bands don't crush the trailing edge. That's I think 16th ply. But yeah, other than that, it's ready to cover. So that's today's task. But what you've missed, or I should say what I didn't film, is with the fuselage. I think in the last video we had it the bottom part covered, which I now kind of wish I hadn't done straight away because there's dust everywhere. Made the hatch, so that's just, I can't do this one-handed, but that's just a release pin there that goes behind there, and there'll be a covering hinge at the front there because at the moment that's just loose. There's side supports to the hatch. It's not a structural member or anything like that, so it's quite lightweight, it's quite flexible. Servos are in and mounted up. Now the only thing I've got to do with them is obviously I've got to centre them all and get the horns in the right place. I'm not sure yet whether I've got to have one going out to the side like that for clearance, so I'm going to have to experiment with that and see what clearance we've got. So because of that, at this end I haven't cut the push rod to length yet. And getting it to length, I don't know how you'll be able to see in there, because of the clevises I'm going to be using. This is the hinge line, so to get a clevis fitting in there I might have to trim that right back to there, so I've got the movement. It would only limit down movement, which I don't think we're going to need much of on this model, so that's not too much of a problem, but I want to give us as much travel as possible. You've seen all the elevator and tailplane parts before, and we've got the rudder and fin. Once I've got the fuselage covered, I'll be able to cover those as well, and then get the fin glued into its position. I'll probably have to decide before I will have to do that. I'll probably have to decide before I cover the fuselage whether or not to fit the fin before covering the fuselage. But yeah, that's where we are. And as I said, today's task, or the task just now, is to try and get this wing covered. I'm going to have to clear this bench down, give it a sweep down, get all the dust off it. Because I don't know if you've ever seen, but there's dust now inside the fuselage which I can't blow out easily, which is why I now wish I hadn't covered it just yet. But it's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit of dust. You're not going to see it when it's 5 foot away from you. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that just now and stick you on a time lapse. So as you might or might not have been able to see from that snippet of footage, I've discovered a little bit of an issue with the covering. The colour that I was planning on using, this nice transparent yellow, orange, whatever colour it is, I haven't got enough of to do a complete wing in just the one colour. So I'm trying to figure out how best to approach this. First thing I'm going to do is go and see if I can buy more of the same colour. If I can, great. If not, what I think I might have to do, and this is going to depend on, again, measuring out for the fuselage, is I might be able to use some of the transparent blue that I've got, because I've got another complete roll of this, to do like what I call tip panels. So like do like the first bay in, like do like, just looking at the tip, 1, 2, maybe 3 panels in, 3 rib bays in, blue top and bottom, or maybe even less than that, because I am literally just short on the covering on the yellow, which is kind of annoying. Because I'm sure I've got there, yeah, I've got another roll of blue, so I'm going to have plenty of blue for doing the fuselage. What I need to do is I need to work out how much blue, or should I say how far in on the tip I need to come with the blue to give me enough to do the rest in the yellow. I think if I come into that point there, it should be enough. So I do from there outboard blue, and from there inboard yellow. In fact, yeah, the more I think about it, the more that makes sense. It saves me having to go and buy stuff. So yeah, we'll do that. What I'm going to do then is cut pieces that are accurate lengths, shall we say, from the centre out to wherever we're going, the tip here, and fingers crossed that'll be enough. Try and do a neat job of it. So there you have it, that's the Ocean Breeze wing, done, covered, ready for flying really. There's a few problems with it, but it's down to my covering, and things I might well change just a little bit to make things easier for the build, or should I say the kit, for anybody else doing the covering of these. I don't like covering open structures at the best of times, but you won't see it when it's flying. That's the way I look at it anyway. So yeah, got over the initial panic of not having enough yellow. I've got a long, thin, probably 8-9 inch wide strip of covering left in the yellow. I think it's actually going to look quite good with the blue. It's going to give it a bit of orientation. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're liking this sort of content, the builds and whatnot, give us a thumbs up, comment as I said below. There's the build series of this is up in the corner. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go into it in more detail, but in the links below I've created or renamed the Facebook group, which is like I'm going to say a support group. That sounds wrong. It's going to be a group where people can discuss everything NGR modelling on Facebook. You have to look in the description below for the link. You can't search for it on Facebook, it's a private group. The only way you should be able to get the link is from the YouTube descriptions, or if I actually give you the link. Next part of this video will be probably the last video before flying, I guess. It'll be down to getting the fuselage finished, getting all the last little fiddly bits done with the control snakes, which I spoke about earlier, and then get the fuselage covered. And then it's going to be waiting for the right weather for getting it out on a test fly, which could be a while off yet. But I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea, and until next time, I'll catch you later.